Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the closing bell here at MarketStream.live. I'm Joe Cusick from the Cusick Group, securities provided by MoneyBlock. The market ended the day today on Thursday mixed. We saw, for the most part, everything was on a lower note, but we did see some notable names and events that were occurring that really caught our attention, and we want to bring them to light. Taking a look at the S&P 500, it was down about 0.4% today. That's the 8th consecutive day that it's been to the downside, but let's also note that it's the 8th consecutive day that we've had volatility to the upside. Sellers continue to remain more eager than buyers, and so when we're looking at that, we're also looking at the fact that it makes sense, right? We have oil prices that are still mixed. They're down to the downside. We have persistent political uncertainty, and we have weakness in technology, which is down about 1%, as well as healthcare, which was down 1%. That's going to weigh on any market. Taking a look at the tech sector, the NASDAQ Composite finished the day down about 0.9%, and then you had the Dow Jones. That was down about 0.2%. That was the best performing index out there. Now, today's volume on the New York Stock Exchange, on average, is usually right around 860 million shares. Today, we traded around 880 million shares. Not a gangbuster day by any means, but it's a little bit above average, so that's why we can say maybe the sellers had a little bit more of a tip of the cap than the buyers. Taking a look at the action, especially after hours, now we want to take a look at that because we've already been talking on the Strategy Now midday section as well as Tech Talk, what was slated for earnings. But Starbucks after hours, they came out with earnings, initially spiked up to about $55. Subsequently have pulled back. It's trading right around $52. As a matter of fact, when I'm looking at it after hours, Starbucks is trading at $52.50, up about 1.4%, roughly around 73 cents on what's better than expected earnings. Solid quarter. CBS, another name that's been in the headlines for the past couple of weeks on merger and acquisition potential. CBS came out with earnings. They traded up as much as 2%. Right now, the stock is up about 0.6% in after hours, trading around $55.50 or up 35 cents. We talked about FireEye in Tech Talk. FireEye came out with earnings. Their stock jumped about 11%. As a matter of fact, when we were looking at FireEye, the stock was trading around $11. The estimated move that was being priced in by the options for the stock was right around 11%. As a matter of fact, when I look at FireEye, the stock is up right now 10.8%, or basically $1.23. The estimated move was $1.64, so it's almost right at its estimated move on the top end of that estimate. And these estimated moves that I talk about both here in the closing bell and at Tech Talk, they're not directionally biased. This is just giving you a plus or minus, how much is being priced as it potentially could go up or down. Another one is TWLO. We talked about TWLO. We've been talking about TWLO quite a bit. When we saw that TWLO broke through 40 after it came out with its secondary a few weeks ago, we talked in the Strategy Now segment. We thought maybe it would hold up into that $38, $40 level. Well, it sliced through there. And as a matter of fact, TWLO came out with earnings. Stock right now after hours in TWLO is down about 4.5% or around $1.50. Stock's trading around 31.10. It's holding in there after these earnings announcement, but TWLO was pricing in the estimated move of the stock from the options at around up or down 285. And as I said, it's down about almost 4%, $1.29. So it's about half as much, a little bit less than half of what its estimated move was being priced in. Next one that I want to talk about is Activision, ATVI. Now, Activision came out with earnings. We had an estimated move in that stock coming into the earnings event that we talked about in Tech Talk around $2.29. Currently, right now, it's trading down about 83 cents off of its worst levels, or excuse me, down 36 cents or around 0.8%. It got as low as about $42 when they initially came out with earnings, so the stock is holding up there. Activision had a $2.29 estimated move. Symantec came out. Looking at Symantec trading after hours right now, up about 0.8% or 22 cents. Stock's at $25.45. We had the stock basically pricing in an estimated move around 168. It got pretty close within that range. It initially pulled back a little bit deeper, actually, yep, a little bit deeper, bounced back. We're seeing that the stock is right now in the green, up 22 cents after hours at 25.45. Another stock that we talked about was GoPro. GoPro had earnings were not good. As a matter of fact, the stock was trading at 12.07 when we were talking about it in Tech Talk. Stock after hours is trading at 9.53. It's currently down about 20%. We were pricing in the options were pricing in the potential move of either up or down $1.85. Currently, right now, GoPro is down 240. We did note that implied volatility was at its highest levels that we basically seen in the last 52 weeks. What does that mean? That means that when implied volatility is on the upper end of its 52-week range as far as its IV rank, that means that the options marketplace is forecasting for a pretty violent move. Now, that could be either up or down. It is not biased. In this case, right now, GoPro is down $2.38 after hours, so that's why the volatility was being built into the options, and the stock is moving right now in the after hours. We'll see how it firms up tomorrow. Looking at Qorvo. Qorvo is ticker symbol QRVO. We looked at it. Stock was trading at 56.89 when we were talking about it in Tech Talk. Had an estimated move being priced into the option for the stock to move either up or down 5.17. I am looking at it after hours right now. The stock is trading at $49.80, down about 11%, a little over 11%, or $6.26. Folks, these are efficient vehicles, these options. This gave me the transparency of knowing that these options were pricing in some potential big violent moves in the stock. As a matter of fact, the implied volatility was right in the mid-range as far as its 52-week range at 55%. But it told me that there was a heightened sense of potential violent moves, and we got it. And I haven't even looked or drilled down in the fundamentals. In other words, what they gave for guidance and what their earnings were, but the pricing was telling me that was built in for potential move, and then boy, did it happen. Finally, taking a look at Skyworks. Ticker symbol is SWKS. When we looked at the stock, it was trading at 75.12. That was at 3:30 Eastern time. The implied volatility was right around 44%. Estimated move was being priced in at around $3.15. Skyworks is right now down about 2.25% at 167. I did see it trade as low as $72, almost $3 to the penny. And so it was within the estimated range, but the stock is down right now about $1.67. Folks, these are the insights that we're going to continue to give you here at MarketStream.live. And I think you're not going to find this in any traditional media site. And I think these are the pieces of information that are going to give you the transparency, the understanding, and the ability to really set up your trades and manage your investments a lot better. All right, well, that's it for today. Tomorrow morning, we're going to be talking at 8:30 Eastern time. We're going to cover all the overnight action from Europe, Asia, and we'll do the pre-market here in the United States. And then we're going to do the opening bell at 9:30 Eastern time, where we're going to cover all of that, plus what's the action that we need to pay attention for tomorrow. All right, till then, have a great evening, and we will talk to you tomorrow. By the way, good job, Cubs. 108 years. That's how long it took. But you know what? Stuck with it. Congratulations. We'll talk to everybody soon.